Well, guys, I've won 12 out of 13 college football free selections the past 4 Saturdays. Let's see if we can continue that roll today in college basketball, because I've got 2 freebies coming your way in just a moment. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Saturday video report. Before I go any further, let me just give you a discount coupon code. You know I like to do it about once a week or so here, and they're only available to those of you watching these daily video reports. The coupon discount code, which will save you $25 off any single purchase you make either today or tomorrow. That's right, you don't have to use the coupon today. You can save it for Sunday if you'd like. The choice is entirely yours. It's December 25. December 25. Enter that when prompted in the shopping cart. You'll have $25 taken off your purchase price either today or tomorrow. And that is December with no space between the word December and 25. December 25 all put together. And let me also just remind you, because sometimes I've got to be honest, guys, I forget that there are constantly newcomers watching these videos. I mean, it's an amazing thing how popular these videos have gotten. I do them for FoxSports.com as well, but these here just on the website, they've grown in popularity. So sometimes I forget to tell you, you do not have to use that coupon to buy my plays. You do not have to use them to buy my plays. You can use them to buy anybody's plays on the site. The choice is entirely yours. And again, Saturday or Sunday, your choice, December 25, is that discount coupon code. Now, as I said, I've got a couple of free selections in college basketball coming up in just a moment. The first one's going to be on Washington, Texas A&M, a game that tips off at 4:30 Eastern Time, and then an early game that goes at noon Eastern Time, a team that I'm certainly familiar with, UNLV, taking on Louisville. But I've got to tell you just something, Fridays I go to Philadelphia, and I do on Philadelphia's Comcast network, Daily News Live. I do football picks, etc., every single Friday on their show, the Daily News Live. Talking to some of the guys there at the studio today, everybody was just still amazed and befuddled by Tennessee's touchdown in the closing second against Indianapolis. It all cost us money because, as you know, I had the Colts. I think everybody had the Colts. And hey, it looked great when they were up 21-0, but as I noted yesterday on my website, I don't happen to know if you happen to read it or not, I happened to turn that game on at the exact moment they were showing the replay of the rookie wide receiver for Indianapolis. I don't know, what do you want to call it, interfering with the touchdown pass that was going right to Reggie Wayne. And I thought, man, this is a bad, bad omen. So I was traveling and I didn't get back to look at the game. I turned it back on with a minute to play. Tennessee driving, they're down like on the 20-yard line, and well, you know how the final minute turned out. God, it reminded me of an NBA game where you only had to watch the final 2 minutes of every NBA game to see who covers. So some of the guys were saying yesterday, my God, you think that game was fixed? I can't tell you how many interviews I'm asked that question about when a game is closing in that type of controversial fashion. And of course, it's only controversial if you happen to be on the losing side of the point spread, right? Let me tell you guys, the games are not fixed. I mean, you may think they are, but they are not fixed. There's only 2 players that can control a game in the NFL. The quarterback, maybe the running back. The only 2 players. Do you realize most third-string backup quarterbacks make more in a single season that the majority of us do in 3 or 4 years in regular jobs? That's just the way it is. Too much money on the table. Now, is there a potential for games to be fixed at the collegiate level? Well, as you've seen over the years, yes, there certainly is. But Vegas is always on top of these things, and Vegas usually has a handle on what's going on. But in the pros, This is not the 50s and the 60s where guys were working, part-time jobs 6 months a year to make ends meet, and money could influence them. Too much money, guys. There's no way to get to the players, and it just doesn't happen. What you saw on Thursday night was simply, well, a defensive letdown by the Colts and some really strange, wacky play calling by Jeff Fisher. I mean, I still don't get it. And if you watched the NFL Network telecast of the game as well, you heard them talking about it. Why you didn't kick the field goal as soon as you possibly could to try for the onside kick and try to have a minute and a half left to drive down the field then for the touchdown pass is beyond me, because that touchdown did nothing except screw us that had Indianapolis. Okay, guys, let's get to your first free pick today. It's going to be Washington and Texas A&M. As I'm doing this video report, the Huskies are a 1.5-point favorite in this contest. Now, everybody's pointing to the Aggies playing in College Station, where they've won 19 of their last 20 games straight up, as being in revenge, and that's true. They are seeking payback for a 73-64 loss at Seattle a year ago. But listen, this is an A&M team that lost to Boston College by 2 points, laying 6.5. Their best win this season came against the Temple Owls in the Champs, I think it was the Champs Sports Classic down in Orlando. They beat them laying 1, 54-51. Otherwise, who has Texas A&M beaten this season? Alcorn State? Nah. It doesn't do much for me, guys. Manhattan, Pacific, Stephen F. Austin. Every time I hear Stephen F. Austin, I keep thinking about the $6 million man. You know, that's how much I think about their basketball program. Pacific, Prairie View, it just doesn't do it for me. Meanwhile, this Washington team destroyed Virginia 106-63, beat Texas Tech 108-79. Their only 2 losses came in the Maui Invitational against then top 10 ranked teams, Michigan State, whom they lost to 5 by, and Kentucky, the Wildcats beat them by 7. So I'm going to go with Washington. I'm not going to fall victim to the payback revenge angle, and I'll lay the 1.5 in College Station in this one with the Huskies. The other game is UNLV, plus 3.5 points at the Yum Center, one of my new favorite arenas, the Yum Center in Louisville. Of course, that's the home that replaced Freedom Hall after 22 years of playing there for the Cardinals. Now, listen, the Cardinals opened up this season with a victory over Butler. But as we've seen, Butler is just a mediocre team so far this year, so that win has to really be devalued when you look at the overall accomplishments of the Cardinals. Yes, they've won their games by like 25.5 points a game, and yes, they're undefeated, but they have played absolutely nobody so far this season. Tennessee, Chattanooga, Marshall, Florida International, South Alabama, San Francisco. This is the Cupcake Brigade, the Cupcake Brigade, Little Sisters of the Poor. No top 10 teams here, guys, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, this UNLV team has done exceptionally well. They beat Tulsa, they beat Murray State, they beat Virginia Tech, they went on the road, they beat up Illinois State. Everybody's looking, though, at UNLV that they struggled at home against Boise State. Laying double digits, only won 75-72 a couple of nights ago, Wednesday to be specific. But let's remember, they jumped out to the big lead, and naturally they got caught looking ahead to this particular game. Lon Kruger has a very good team here. UNLV's won 3 of the last 4 meetings straight up, and the last 2 have come against much more talented Cardinal teams than Rick Pitino is fielding here. This is a deep UNLV team, one that can hit the boards as well. I like UNLV to win this game outright as the 3.5-point dog, so that's your second free pick for Saturday. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Sunday.